Our first race of the 7-race postseason comes to Phoenix for the running of the Subway 300, the first race of round number 1 of the chase. Jim Gambit, the 31, has the pole, a non-chaser, 2's outside the 19th, Juan Garcia. Then 30, you have Steve Morgan, your first chaser starts 4th, Dave Shakiro again, rounding out the top 5, another chaser, Gatlin Downey. Then 6th, you have Wyatt Walker, 7th is Luke Rainey, 8th is Diego Yepez, 9th Michael Ferris, and Max Harrison rounds out the top 10. For the rest of you, got Roland Emmerich and Eli Bright, another chaser. Justin Zeidel, another chaser, Justin Heath. Then Alexander Rowe, chaser, and Jeff Beeford comes into this race with the points lead, the most chase points. They have Hunter Powers and Jake Jefferson, Christian Parker and Jose Fernandez. Then there's Jason Larker and Joe Sandrovich, TJ Hanley and Steve Larker. They have Levi Jones, another chaser, and Joe Jefferson. Then there's Jonathan Rains and John West, Jeff Bright and a chaser, Roland Cook. Then Tim Randolph and Colton Yo. Code Luigi and a chaser, Adam McDowell. Then Isaac Nichols, a chaser. And then John Gambit. They have Michael Sanders, a chaser, and Alex Stewart, Laura Delano, and Patrick Smith. And finally, we're running up field, a chaser, Jonathan Beeford, and Jake Godwin, 11, will be to his outside for the start of the Subway 300 here at Phoenix. Let's go down to track sign, get the command.
In honor of the Highway Patrol's 75 years of service, gentlemen, start your engines.
Guys, let's go out there and have some fun today. Just like I said today in the meeting, you know, this is a good racetrack. It's a good place for us. I think the pit crew is ready to go. Let's go have some fun.
As the field rolls off the starting grid here at Phoenix for the first of 7 chase races. 3 races in this round. Chase points big. Jeff Beeford has a 13-point lead over Eli Bright. Bright with a 3-point lead over Heath. Heath with a 4-point lead over many other drivers behind. The pace car to pit road. 45 laps to start out the chase for season number 5. 2 non-chasers lead us to the green flag. Jim Gambit, Juan Garcia down to the restart zone. We're racing at Phoenix. Already 3 wide for the race lead down the dog leg. Steve Morgan trying to get out front clear. Gatlin down the 52 trying to get out front, lead a lap for that bonus point that he would get if he leads the lap. Chasers can get bonus points towards the chase if they lead a lap. They're going to go 4 wide down the front stretch. Up top, Garcia leads the lap. And they are 3 by 3 at the front of the field. I don't see how this is going to work out. Rainey's rubbing with Wyatt Walker right there. They're able to control the car and keep it going straight. And they're still 3 wide for the race lead. I do not see this ending well anytime soon. Through 3 and 4, Morgan's still trying to get clear in the bottom lane. Garcia, though, has that big time run off of turn number 4. This time, Gambit in the middle leads the lap. Morgan still to the inside, still 3 wide. 3 wide even further back. Luke Rainey's been running with Wyatt Walker for a lap and a half. As here comes Morgan once again down low, trying to get clear as they go down into turn 3. A little bit bumping and banging there. Through 3, Morgan down low, Gambit in the middle, Garcia up top. Once again, the big timer for those drivers up top. Rainey sideways, able to hold onto the car, and Gambit leads another lap. And then they clear the 3 wide. Gambit pulls up in front of Garcia. So now Morgan has a better chance to get clear down low, and he does right there. Steve Morgan out front as he clears. Great racing up there at the front of the field. Your highest chaser right now, Gatlin down in the 52, trying to get a bonus point by leading a lap. Could help him advance into the second round as Steve Morgan goes way up the racetrack. Gets that good run off the top lane and trying to clear. And Danny's keeping it to the inside there pretty well. Morgan up top once again and will fall back. Gatlin Downey gets the race lead. Max Anderson emerges into the second position, and Eli Bright in the 88 trying to get up to the third position. He's one of your chasers as well. So here comes Anderson trying to steal that lap lead from Downey. And Gatlin wants to lead this lap right here and get that bonus point. And then he doesn't care if he leads another lap. Gatlin Downey leads the lap. That's a bonus point. The only other way he'd get bonus points for leading laps is if he leads the most in this race. So Downey gets a bonus point. Eli Bright going to try and do the same. DeCurl the 01 going to try and do that as well. He's coming. He's our 3rd highest chaser for the moment. So contrary to how the Gatorade Cup Series chase goes, this is just like the playoff system that NASCAR uses, the knockout, where at the end, bottom 4 drivers will be knocked out of the chase. Top 8 will move on. We'll do that until we have 4 drivers. Of course, the chase points will be transferred over to the start of every round, besides Homestead. At Homestead, clean slate, everyone has 0 points, and the highest finisher there wins the championship. So Downey and Eli Bright, even though they're not winning there, crash into turn 3! That's a strange place to ever crash in 2 cars up against the outside wall. Zeidel and Luke Rainey have wrecked. Caution out. Anderson leads Downey and Bright back to the start-finish line. Caution number 1, Justin Zaidel. That car pretty well torn up. Rainey has some damage there. Some rear end damage, I think, is where he has most of the damage. Caution number 1 out for an incident in turn number 3 involving Justin Zaidel and Luke Rainey. We'll see if these guys come down pit road, as last season they had to with about 5 laps to go, and it really shook up the chase, if I remember correctly. This race is actually the cutoff for round number 2. This was the last race of round 1 last season. This season it's the start of the chase, and here they are, going to be coming down pit road this time. Anderson, your leader, going to lead them down this long pit road. And if you're a pit crew, your driver's done a pretty good job. They're getting you some positions. You do not want to lose them down pit road and have your driver fight to get them back on the racetrack. See on the chase drivers there, depending on what the team wants. Oh, Downey, a little bit of contact there with Anderson coming in. Hope that doesn't affect, but we were talking about with the chasers, they have the red spoiler, the red side skirts, the red shark fin on the side. Oh, some cars take fuel only. Morgan and Kurgan, fuel only, and they get out. Sandrovich, Jefferson, Walker. Oh, Eli hit the 4 coming out of pit road. And some guys who took 2 or 4 lose positions. Guys who take fuel only, they're going to gain positions, but do they have enough fuel? Well, they have the tires that can last. So caution out. And Steve Morgan leads back, or Steve Morgan gets off here on front. He leads back to the green flag. As let's see what happened to Justin Zaidel and Luke Rainey involved in a crash. Very tight racing here, going through the dog length. Zaidel's down low, Sandroge in the middle, and Rainey up top. And it looks like Zaidel. Oh, Rainey pinched Sandroge down a little bit there and up into, or down to Zaidel and up into the wall hard for that 6. Sandroge does a great job of saving the car, and luckily no chasers were involved in that. Both the cars that got damaged were non-chasers, so good to see all those chasers able to miss. But that's kind of a weird incident there. Not enough real estate there. Looked like Rainey kind of bumped Sandroge down to Zaidel a little bit, and that really just started the accident. And that was on from there. Zaidel spun hard into the outside wall with Luke Rainey. Back in front, Max Harrison led us back, but Steve Morgan from the 4th position takes fuel only along with Jay Jefferson and some others. Morgan will lead us back to the green flag here at Phoenix. We'll be going back in lap number 12 with all 42 cars still left in the race. So out front for this restart will be Steve Morgan. He takes fuel only along with James McGurrigan in 2nd. Joe Sandroge in 3rd also takes fuel only along with Jay Jefferson and Wyatt Walker rounds out the top 5. Steve Larker in 6th, Max Harrison 7th, Jason Larker 8th, John Gammon 9th. They all took fuel only on that stop. And Eli Bright takes tires. He's the first off tires, and 10th he's going to try and use them to his advantage. Gatlin Downey, there's Alex Stewart, Jose Fernandez, Juan Garcia, Colton Yo, Delia Pez, Jim Gambit, Ann McDowell, Jennifer Buford, and Laura DeLau round out the top 20. So right now your highest chaser is the 01 to Kurgan, who's going to restart in 2nd, but does not have tires on that machine. Next highest chaser would be the 88 V-Lap Rate, restarting in 10th. As the green flag is back waving, we're back racing here at Phoenix. Some drivers jumping out of line there, thinking they got some better restarts. Morgan a little bit up the way up the track for the 99. This could allow Kurgan to lead this lap and get a bonus point. Down the backstretch they come. Kurgan going to try and get by Morgan and lead a lap. Off into 3. Good run there down low. He clears Morgan already. Can he get around to lead the lap? He does off of 4. James Kurgan out front. He'll lead the lap and get a bonus point towards his chase points. It's good for him. Sandrovich trying to grab 2nd away. Jay Jefferson there in 4th, looking to grab 3rd. Steve Larker coming hard in the bottom lane in the 33. As the front few get clear, they pull away. The battle for 10th range jump between Gatlin Downey and Gatlin Downey and Eli Bright back there. As Eli in the 88 falling back up top. Now Sandrovich and Morgan trying to line up and run down that Chevrolet. 2 Toyotas trying to run down the Chevrolet out front. James Kurgan, one of your chasers. If he could win this race, he's automatically locked into the next round of the chase. So you know there's a lot riding for that 01 team here today. Wanted to get in, not have to worry about the next 2 races of this round. Sandrovich, he just wants a win after missing the chase, after being top 3 in points pretty much the whole season. You know, he wants a win just to make himself feel a little bit better about his season. And Steve Morgan, the 99, just looking for wins as well. Larker's gone up to 4th. Here comes Max Harrison, the 04. He took tires on that pit stop. He's flying through the field. He's the first off with tires. Here he is up inside the top 5 already, up to 4th. The tires working out for him. Look and see where Gatlin Downey is, but he's still stuck back in traffic. So the tires aren't working out for Downey, but Max Anderson's definitely working. That car rotating pretty well, and he's gained on these front few. He's going to try and get to the inside. Morgan right here for third. And Sandro just stalking on the 01 James McCurrigan for that race lead as they battle for third. Anderson back to the inside. Morgan. A little bit of bumping there, but down the dog leg. Stays beside him as Sandro looks onto Curl as they enter turn 3. Here he goes to the inside lane. Does he have a run? He pushed the 01 up the track a little bit there. Sandro drives it hard to the bottom lane. DeCurrigan trying that run off the top side, but pretty equal there. DeCurrigan leads the lap, but Sandro is still to the inside. And Morgan with the crossover in Anderson trying to grab the third position back. And Sandrovich, can he clear down the dog leg? He has a good run on DeCurrigan. As they race side by side to turn number 3, Joe Sandrovich takes the race lead away from DeCurrigan. And Max Harrison falls back to 4th as Steve Morgan goes for that second position. 99 car back to the inside. He clears the 04. Now he's battling for 2nd. As back there looks like it's that Wyatt Walker and Jay Jefferson battling for 5th. Walker has it at the moment. Morgan trying to clear Anderson once again as the 04 got a good run off the top side of turn 4. And they race side by side. Driving it hard to the bottom for DeCurrigan. He's underneath Sandrovich. Can the 20 get the run off the top side? Oh, it's close right there at the stripe. I think DeCurrigan led the lap again. So Sandrovich, especially, got the lead. He's going to lose it. And Max Harrison emerged into the 3rd position after clearing Steve Morgan. He has a shot to get to the race lead. But did he wear the tires out trying to get around that 99? Off into turn 3. Sandrovich now stuck up top. DeCurrigan gets away. Max Anderson for 2nd. Sandrovich trying to use that high lane run to get cleared and keep 2nd. Got a pretty good run there, but can he clear the 04 entering turn 1? 04 Anderson drives hard to the bottom lane there. Can he pull the slide drop? Can't quite get it done there. He's going to do it this time, though, down the dog leg. Max Anderson out front now. So the 04, look at him driving underneath the 01 DeCurrigan for the race lead. Big time move, and it's going to pay off. Max Harrison, the grip on that 04 car, takes him to the race lead on lap number 21. Those tires working out for that 04 Max Harrison. He clears DeCurrigan, and he's your new race leader once again. So after leading most of the first run of this race, he's now back up to the front with those fresh tires they put on the car. But will they start wearing out? Will maybe the 01, the 20, will they try and catch back up? The 04 is steadily pulling away right now as he got out front. I believe unless the 52 or some others that took tires can get up here, I believe the 04 might just drive away and end up winning this race. He's had a pretty fast car, and now he has tires along with these drivers up front that don't. That could be big on who wins and who falls. DeCurrigan trying to keep 2nd, but Sandrovich is looking to the inside. He's all over the back as Gatlin Downey, the 52, trying to make up lost ground. He's going for what looks like the 6th position on, I was trying to see, looks like the 81 Wyatt Walker. Sandrovich trying to clear right here as they come off 2. A little bit of contact. They keep it going straight. Sandrovich, the new 2nd place man here at Phoenix. He's trying to get up there and maybe try and run down the 04. Maybe thinks he's a little bit faster at this point in the race, but we'll see what happens here. So we're about halfway through the race. Now in the second half of the race, and out front, Max Anderson is controlling this race. Sandrovich is 2nd, James McCurrigan 3rd, Steve Morgan 4th, and Jay Jefferson 5th. Another driver who took tires. Gatlin Downey's up to 6th, base bound with Juan Garcia, who's 7th. Wyatt Walker's kicked back to 8th. Jim Gammett, your pole is back to 9th, and Adam McDowell's recovered up to the top 10. Steve Larker, Alex Stewart, Jennifer Buford, Jose Fernandez, Eli Bright, Michael Ferris, Jason Larker, Alexander Rowe, Laura Delano, John Gambit, Colton Yo, Roland Emmerich, Diego Yepez, John Weston, Isaac Nichols, of those in the top 25 in the race. They're going 3 wide right here with Roland Emmerich, Colton Yo, and John Gambit up top. Pretty good racing here back in the pack, and they're keeping it going straight. As you look back up to the race lead, no real change with the race lead. Max Harrison's keeping a pretty nice gap to the 20 and the 01. 4th place has changed here. Jay Jefferson clears Morgan right there. As Juan Garcia's moved up to the 6th position by Gatlin Downey, the 52. So Juan Garcia on the charge. He's going to be going for a 5th now, and Steve Morgan. He's to the inside. He's marching up towards that front. Less than 20 laps to go now. You have to make your run if you're going to have it. Juan Garcia grabs the 5th position. He's going for 4th now, and Jay Jefferson in the 1. Got a great run through 3 and 4. And he might be able to clear the 1 car going into turn 1 right here. takes fourth away. Juan Garcia up to fourth in the 19. So now for fifth, Gatling down in the 52, going to try and follow his way through. And McDowell's breaking his way into the top 10, trying to get to the top 5. That 16 car's come to life here in the second half of this race. Look at Garcia. That car looks pretty fast right now down low. Trying to get by the 01 to Curligan right here to move himself into the top 3 into third and try and run down that 04 of Max Anderson. He has to get by the 01 and the 20 and maybe have 15 laps to go. I really don't see him with less time than that being able to run down that 04. Downey to the inside, Jay Jefferson for fifth. Garcia takes third. He's going for second now. DeCurgan going to try and get that run off the top side. Gatling down in the 52, still down with Jay Jefferson for fifth. It's allowed the front four to pull away as Garcia and Sandrovich battle side by side for the second position. And Garcia easily passes the 20th Sandrovich, move the 19th Garcia into the second position. He's going to try and run down that 04. Looking for third, DeCurligan in the 01 to the inside, Sandrovich. Those two have been battling all race. They're bound for third, but the 01 really tight down low. Sandrovich with a big time run off the top side. He'll get clear and keep third. Look at Jim Gammett up into the top 5. Starting on pole, he fell back, and he fell back even more, but now here he is marching back towards the front. He's up to the top 5. He's going to be looking for a top 3 finish here today. They're going to catch the 6 of Justin Zeidel. Luckily, the front of the field pretty spread out. Might not play a factor. Look at for third again. DeCurligan back to the inside, Sandrovich. 15 laps to go this time. Look at 3 wide. Jim Gammett, the 31, makes a big move, but backs out at the 01, clears, gets back down to the inside. DeCurligan's going to grab third right here. Just no way he doesn't. 01 car to third. Just look up ahead. Garcia is running the 04. Max Anderson down that 19 a little bit faster at this stage in the race. Or is the 04 just letting the 19 wear his tires out and come back up? Coming to 14 laps to go. They're bound for third. Jim Gammett has emerged into the top 3. He's up to third with one big move. And now McDowell's going to try and get to fourth in the 16. How big would that be? It's the highest chaser if he were to get to that fourth position to get by the 01. They're going to catch here, right here, the 6 of Justin Zeidel. How's that slow up Max Anderson in the corner? Can Juan Garcia try and take advantage? 04 pretty slow right there. And now they come down the front stretch. Anderson moves to the inside to get by the 6 of Zeidel and puts that 6 one lap down. Now Garcia's going to try and get by the 6 and not lose any ground. Maybe a little bit of contact there, close to that 6, trying to use every inch of racetrack he can to get the most speed. McDowell in the 16, looking for more. He's trying to get to third. He's trying to separate himself from DeCurligan, Gatling, Downey, some of the others back there, some of the chasers. Right now, McDowell would be the highest finishing chaser. Can he use his teammate as a pick to get by the 31? Jim Gammett looks like he might right here in turn 1. And McDowell using that inside lane, using the 6 car, his teammate as a pick to clear for third. McDowell to third. And if these front two start battling, you know for sure he could definitely close in. Garcia's right to the back of the 04 of Anderson. But catching is one thing, passing is another. 11 laps to go at Phoenix. 11 miles left. Can Garcia get by? Can Anderson, the dominant car, hold him off? That's right now, 2-car battle, third on back. They're still battling pretty big back there. McDowell and Jim Gammett aren't letting each other go as for the race lead. Garcia to the inside of Anderson, but has to lift with the tightness down low. And Anderson keeps the race lead with now 10 laps of racing to go. If these two stay battling like they have been, you know McDowell and some of the others could definitely close in. That's a big if, though. They have 10 laps to try and run down these front two. It's going to be close. I think I see Jennifer Beaver has emerged her way into the top 10. How about that? 62 up to 7th. She's fought throughout the whole regular season. Now here she is in the chase inside the top 10 with less than 10 laps to go. And her big points lead could increase after today if she can hold it up there. Once again, the race leaders, nose to tails, they battle for third. Jim Gammett back to the inside of McDowell. As Garcia looks again on Max Anderson. This time a better run. Gets back to the inside of the 04. And it's a drag race to the start-finish line to lead this lap. Max Anderson does by about half a car length, but we've not got much time left. 8 to go, and Juan Garcia contact into the wall with the front two! They've wrecked each other. Jim Gammett gets by in the 31! Yellow's not out. We're still green flag racing. Gambit gets by with the race lead. McDowell is now up to second, and Gatlin Downey's third. And the field shuffling behind, trying to get around. Does a caution come out for oil? Possibly 7 to go at Phoenix. The front two have taken each other out. Jim Gambit's now in the money position. But McDowell, Chaser, trying to get into the next round. Garcia's made it to pit road. Justin Zeidel holding up some drivers right here. My, oh my, the race has just turned. A big flip. And how the race was going to go. The 04 with Max Anderson damage. Kicked back down outside the top 5. As up front, McDowell and Gambit with 6 to go are balanced side by side. McDowell, Downey, Buford, DeCurligan. 4 of the top 5 are chasers. The cream rises to the top in the chase. Gambit not letting that lead go. He's using the high lane run that he gets off of 4 to lead the lap. 5 laps to go. If the yellow comes out, the race is over. McDowell battling for his chase chances right here. If he wins, he's automatically in round 2. If Downey wins, he's automatically in round 2. If Buford wins, she's automatically in round 2. If DeCurligan wins, he's automatically in round 2. And McDowell, can he clear Gambit this time? Or can the third one get another big run? As for third, they're battling. Downey up the track as Jeffrey Buford moves for third. She's trying to get up here and balance the 16. McDowell to the front with 4 to go. But Gambit's not letting him go. He's fighting back through 1. Down the dog leg they will come. Jim Gambit's right on the back of the 16 of Adam McDowell. He's going. McDowell's coming down pit road, is he? He did not have enough fuel. McDowell's down pit road. And allows Jim Gambit out front with now 3 to go. Who has put enough fuel in their car? Has anyone... I think it might have just been the 16. Adam McDowell, the heartbreak. Gets out front, has to pit immediately. He did not have enough fuel. Is that a questionable thing for anyone else? None of the front 3 coming down. Is that the 01 coming to pit road? DeCurligan does not have enough fuel. Another chaser. Oh, they're wrecking! Roland Emmerich and Eli Bright have just wrecked! The yellow flag will come out! And Jim Gambit out front, but can he hold on? Crash as they were trying to get down pit road. Coming to the white flag. Jim Gambit sets to coast it around once he gets to that white flag and he'll win. Buford tries, Downey tries, but Jim Gambit back to the yellow flag and first he just has to coast it around 1 more mile and he'll win. That's the white. So many cars came down pit road. They did not have enough fuel in their cars. Some of them did not. We thought they were going to be gun fuel, but they were not. There's McDowell. There's the 51 with all his damage. And some of these chasers just gained a ton of positions because some came down pit road. Whoa, the 01 to Curligan is slow. He had to get back up in line. Coming to the checker flag for Jim Gambit. And how about the recovery from Max Anderson? Even after hitting the wall, not let damage, he still ends up in the top 5 and 4th because he had enough fuel to make it. Coming off 4 with the yellow flag out, Jim Gambit in the 31 is going to win. And what might quite possibly be the wildest Phoenix race I've ever seen. Checkers are out. Gambit wins the Subway 300 with Jeffrey Buford and Gatlin Downey, 2 chasers rounding out the top 5. Some other chasers trying to come across here. There's the 82 coming across. There's the 15, the 28. The 7, the 23, the 60. There's the 16 coming across, heartbroken. My goodness. Well, the crash happened with the 51 of Roland Emmerich and the 88 of Eli Bright. The 51 is out of this race. Eli Bright and the 88, one of your chasers, also suffered damage. Let's check out how the final caution was caused. Here we are in the middle of the pack. Cars are peeling off to come down pit road. And Emmerich sees this. He's trying to get up high or just gets tight down low possibly and gets up into the 88 of Eli Bright. And Bright cannot let off in time. They get together and hard for the 51 and the 88 into the outside wall. Eli scrubs him off, and then here comes Patrick Smith into the 88 hard. Cars go around the outside, but luckily no one else involved. But my oh my, how the chase has just taken another tumble. As some chase drivers came down pit road. Eli Bright was involved in this crash. It's got hooked together and into the wall just like your race leaders did. The 04 of Max Sanderson and the other race leader, the 19th Juan Garcia. How that changes this race. Yellow comes out and Jim Gambit He didn't have to know if he was going to have enough fuel. He just got back to the yellow flag and coasted around 1 mile. He wins the Subway 300 at Phoenix. Let's go check the finishing results and the chase standings. Here are the finishing results from the Subway 300 at Phoenix. There were 2 caution flags for 5 laps and 12 lead changes among 8 different drivers. And Jim Gambit finishes where he started, on the pole, wins it, leading 9 laps after craziness happened with the race leaders. Jennifer Beeford from 15th, she was not a factor all race, but she gets up to 2nd there at the end. Gatlin Downey ends up 3rd, another chaser. Max Harrison dominated the race, leading 21 laps, involved with a crash, battling for the lead with Juan Garcia. He falls back to 4th with a damaged race car, and Jose Fernandez rounds out the top 5. Then Steve Morgan in 6th, Michael Ferris 7th, Diego Yepes in 8th, Jay Jefferson 9th, and Alexander Rowe rounds out the top 10. So there's your top 20. Some other chasers that finished outside the top 10. Levi Shuns ends up 12th, a decent day for him. Looking down, Jonathan Beefer ends up 18th. Not bad for him as well. Roland Cook 24th, Justin 25th. Michael Sanderson 28th. McDowell 29th after leading with about 3 laps to go. Eli Bright finishes a lap down because of the crash. He ends up 30th. Luckily, he had some good chase points coming into the race, but he just used them all up right here at Phoenix. He cannot have another mulligan. Some other chasers. Dylan Curl ends up 34th. Not what he was looking for. Isaac Nichols 37th. My oh my. Juan Garcia finishes 42nd out of the race because of that big crash he had, battling for the race lead. At the right side of the screen are the chase point standings and the cutoff. Remember, the bottom 4 drivers will be the ones eliminated after the 3rd race of this round. So the next race, the 2nd race of round number 1, will be on the West Coast still, the Sony 300 at Auto Club. See you guys then.